What the fuck do you want? Stop just yelling at me. If you're not gonna shut up, you're gonna watch with me. Okay. I don't know where we're going from here.
The staff for next week's festival are here, so don't mess up, okay?
Just who do you think I am?
I will say, for a show with a lot of focus on music, I don't think many of the songs have been incredible. This dude is so annoying. Let go of my hoodie. Thank you. Like, comparing it to Love Live and Symphogear, those definitely have more seasons, and Symphogear's first season in particular had most of its worst music, but like, oh my god. And the music they had were by no means all winners, but they had some really, really good songs in there. I don't feel like we've hit any of those for this show. And for a show where the goal is making people smile from the songs, I feel like they should be good. So, I don't know.
That was great.
Good work, everyone. Yay!
Huh.
I'm so sorry.
She's advanced a lot further.
She used to really keep her distance before she was on the main stage.
No way, really?
Okay, she's gotten to the main stage already.
I'm sure I heard it somewhere before.
Oh no.
Oh.
Is your memory okay? At one point you babbled
She's-
nonstop. You even dragged
she was
a teddy
reset and
bear
re-
around with you.
She was reset and reprogrammed,
No
wasn't
way.
she?
But you've seemed totally stable since the reboot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The repercussions of the metal float incident from many years ago can still be felt today through the ongoing strife between humans and AIs. Celebrating its 12th anniversary this year, this festival aims to dispel that discord and serve as a bridge between AIs and humans.
Stop. I was just wondering about my performance at the festival today.
Oh, so even superstars don't have it all figured out, huh?
Yeah, it's getting a lot more realistic.
Thanks for the warm welcome.
I don't know if
both
that's
of you, Katie and
supposed to be
Margaret.
something
it's
I'm
nice to meet you both in person
thinking,
finally.
but
There.
how the fuck is that staying
Adorable.
on?
Thank you so much for your help. You are, my big sister Diva, aren't you?
Your big sister, really? Why do I suddenly feel so much older?
But big sister, you were always older than me. Let's see. Oh, 61 years old. Amazing.
You need to stand up straight.
All right.
Why would they program an idol to be shy and then give her this outfit?
I thought her video performance was great, but don't worry, she'll be fine. I know it.
What is that outfit? This show has been really good about making things not feel like fan service, but this is just blatant fan service. I think the implication in the first episodes was that she was a very recent AI creation. Vivy, I mean. Then the next jump was 15, then the next jump was 5. Initially, I wasn't really considering the 60 years thing because we didn't have a concrete understanding of how long she had been around prior, but I think the implication was that she was relatively new. So even if we assume 11 years at that point, that's still 30 years since the last incident. And Cube Boy wasn't with her at the end there. That moment just feels so jarring. A shift in art style detail usually either still looks like the same art style just with more detail, or it's like a decrease in art quality to make a joke of some kind. Like that scene with, so it's like that from Jujutsu Kaisen. Usually it doesn't cause a complete shift in what the art style looks like. That's what I feel like the detailed shots are in this show. They just feel like a different art style entirely, and it makes it feel so jarring. I had that problem to a slightly lesser degree with certain scenes in Attack on Titan, especially in Season 2 with Historia and fuckface pedos close-ups, because they got way more detail on their faces in certain close-up shots to the point that it looked almost like a different show. But this straight up looks like a different show when it changes that art style. If it's like just the eye or something, like sure, that I'm not really bothered by that much detail at that point. But like when it's the whole face, or like here up on a character, like that becomes a little bit disorienting because it just looks like a different character from a different show. And if you want to portray shock, that's what the face is for. There's this funny thing that you can do when you have a face that the audience can see. It's called showing emotion. How the fuck is he still walking out? How short of a performance did she give? Huh. Her systems weren't reset. Her mind certainly was.
What an honor to meet the peerless songstress herself in a place like this. Now then,
Mind telling me who you are?
just a humble guard AI, that's all.
Hey!
How does this keep happening?
I used to have a sound AI, and we traveled to all kinds of wonderful places together.
All kinds
Are
of places.
you not a sound AI?
Time to tell me the truth right now. This Vivy
I feel like this is more detailed than just the generic standard look of everything else in the show. And if you want to portray something as being more detailed, like you could do it like this. But instead they just completely alter the art style. It's just so jarring. Even if the other art style looked better, if the entire show doesn't look like that, it just looks jarring. When you're doing close-ups, you can just do this for the detail, like more shading, more depth, more texture. Like, you don't need to change the art style. It's especially the lips and the eyes. Like, those are the main things I'm talking about with it. Because they just look like they came out of, like, a hentai doujin or something instead. Lips especially.
But you went out of your way to save me.
Okay, wow, she's pulling this
If I were to break
move.
down, it wouldn't be good for you, would it?
You gotta be kidding!
That was quite a leap on her part. A metaphorical leap I'm talking about.
Are you crazy?
Not the actual leap.
You!
Stop your squashing me!
How is he so squishy? Like, isn't he made of metal? Is there a metal that's that squishy?
Ever since I was rebooted ages ago, there's something that's always been bothering me. I'm sure that it was something very important too.
Why don't you head back for now?
Fine, then I'll just go ask the other one.
What the what now?
I'm sick of your lies. I've got it all figured out. There was that young guy, remember?
Hold on a second. A young guy? Who would that be?
Do you seriously expect me to just tell you? After
What's
you
with the
refused
snapping?
to answer my questions?
She suddenly
There
started
isn't
doing
much
a lot
time,
of
you know.
snapping. Yeah,
Like
a
you
lot of
just said,
snapping.
I'm keeping everyone waiting.
We had a much more noble role to fulfill. We did things like destroying buildings, traversing outer space, and leveling enormous factories. And we did all of it to prevent a horrific war from breaking out in the future. Anyway, while carrying out that job, you ended up encountering a fatal error and froze. So that was most likely what caused your loss of memory. My coming here now is also part of fulfilling that duty. But rest assured, I have no intention of dragging you into it this time. In fact, you'd just be in the way.
Tell me more. Tell me everything I did before my reboot. From A to Z, I want every last detail.
Listen to me. You're not the only one here who's crunched for time right now.
In that case, why don't I come and help you with that job you mentioned? But the way things are now, I'm in no condition to be performing on stage. And that's your fault, so you better take responsibility.
This is probably the least interesting thing they could have done
Please don't underestimate this job.
after
It's
what
not
happened at
something
the
you
end of
can
the
just do
last
in your spare
episode.
time. This is my mission we're talking about.
Where are we headed?
First and foremost, to where Ophelia is, since her life is about to be in danger.
Really? Is she being threatened? Why would someone do that?
Ah, I
Don't
assume
tell me
that's the
that.
next big
The man
thing
I saw
then.
is trying to go after her.
So after the last one, did he ever shut down? Because if he didn't, why would he like be so understanding of what's going on with her now?
A tragedy. A terrible one that you and I are going to prevent from ever happening.
Tragedy?
Suicide. It's the first incident of its kind, Ophelia's suicide. And our mission is to stop it from happening.
Huh. Okay, I'm going to be honest. That kind of felt... I have very similar thoughts to this as... I imagine a lot of you have watched Fullmetal Alchemist or Brotherhood. You know that, like, section of the story where they spend, like an episode or two on Al getting angry with Ed because Al thinks Ed might have altered his memories or something, or his soul or whatever. And, like, nothing changes after the conflict between them. Like, that's kind of what this feels like. Just kind of wasting time on a conflict that doesn't really mean anything. And I also just feel like, in general, this is about the most uninteresting way they could have handled what happened at the end of the last episode. So far, I would have said this show was like an 8 out of 10 at best. And it's starting to drop for me. For me to really appreciate the show, it's going to need to end on a very strong note. And I'm getting progressively more and more worried that we're just going to be wasting time on stuff. It was also just a really generic thing to do. The whole major event happens, the main character forgets what they were doing, and then has to relearn it all. Especially when it's like a jump straight into them being unfamiliar with it, as opposed to showing the progression of what happened at the big moment to when they forgot, which often ends up leaving a lot of things unanswered and questions that are raised and then never returned, like what Matsumoto's been doing this whole time, how he knew, if he went back to sleep after the last event. Like, yeah. But let's see how it goes.
Did you hear that unenthusiastic applause? How can we be expected to fulfill our mission of making everyone happy with your singing under these conditions? Be more confident. The only thing lacking is a stage and audience worthy of your singing, nothing more. If you had that, then fulfilling your mission would be as easy as a walk in the park.
Ophelia's suicide left a huge impact, blurred the lines between humans and AIs, and became a catalyst for AI assimilation into human society.
All right, it's not like doubting you will get me anywhere at this point. And I can tell something's on Ophelia's mind just by looking at her. All we have to do is fix the problem, right?
Whoa, hold on a second. What do you think you're doing?
What do you mean? I'm going to talk to her. If she's thinking of taking her own life, I've got to stop her.
There's no need to talk. Just stop her right before she kills herself. And the records show that she commits suicide after her performance, meaning today's audience will have nothing to grieve about either way, so no worries, right?
This isn't as simple as you seem to think it is. We need to eliminate the problem at its root, or else the same thing could easily happen again.
That's not...
Can you really carry out your mission with that makeshift plan?
Cube Boy continues to... Cube Boy continues to not have any idea how to fix problems.
She's basically the same.
Because we all know stopping one instance of suicide means that you'll never do it again. People who attempt once definitely don't attempt multiple times. And someone else stopping someone definitely doesn't make the person who's doing it feel like a burden, which only worsens the feelings that would cause suicide. I'm probably going to need to censor that word for YouTube's sake, but I feel like you know what I'm saying.
Is there anything else that's been bothering you? Huh? Something that makes you feel like you just want to die?
Oh, real subtle!
Shut up!
That's Antonio?
Yes.
He's shut down.
5 years ago, he shut down, though the cause remains unknown. The tragic songstress, who continued singing on in the limelight, undeterred by her partner's unexplained breakdown, and the grim ending that saw her commit suicide to follow him in death, giving humans hope for the existence of what they called love and souls.
Your mission is to make people happy with your singing, just like me.
That outfit's so
You must
annoying.
carry out your mission.
Like, seriously, characters having cleavage or wearing, like, sport bra type outfits and stuff is one thing, especially when it's like something that they had underneath the clothes they took off. But like this outfit, I feel like is something even most actual real life pop stars would never wear on an actual concert stage. Like there are literal panties that would show less of her than that. Like, why is it translucent?
He was my most cherished partner, she says. I see.
Huh. What?
Then she returns to her dressing room, where she goes over the next part of her performance with the staff members and... Are you listening? Is there a problem?
No problem. She does have a lovely voice and all. I thought when she had an actual audience in front of her, her performance would improve.
Would you mind focusing on our actual project? Which
This
requires
is the
no
project.
empathy for Ophelia, but rather the resolve to save the future.
Like I said, that can't be done unless we ease what's on her mind.
How has this dude already gone through all this shit and doesn't understand that learning more about the context of what's happening can help you deal with what's happening?
Vivy couldn't stop obsessing about it either, always asking things like, what does it mean to pour your heart into something, and how can I sing with all my heart?
Did she really? So all of her distress was really basic, wasn't it?
What do you mean?
Even you should be able to get it. Wait a minute, you don't get it. Even though you're an AI from the future.
It's pointless to analyze a pastime like singing.
You mean even though you knew she was troubled, you weren't a little curious?
Vivy and I didn't have that kind of relationship.
Then what kind of relationship was it?
Why are you so curious?
Don't dodge the question. You did it before, too. We're supposed to help each other, but you've given me nothing.
It was a real mess of a partnership. She was self-centered and stubborn. A foolish girl who would jump into action without hearing me out first.
Yeah, because your plans were
She was
dumb.
also prone to manhandling me.
Because you
Always too
had horrible
reckless.
ideas. I mean, the way you handled things was basically like... Have you guys watched The Suicide Squad? Because I feel like he was similar to Amanda Waller in that. Where, like, here's this one extremely specific part of this mission. Deal with it in the most easy and efficient way possible. Ignore any consequences that might cause. If they had just killed Estella, literally nothing would have fucking changed. And then he had basically no plans to actually save Aikawa. Like, he spent half of that mission just berating her. Like, he barely adds anything. Him creating the ship was the most useful thing he's ever done. And even then, they got to that point because the way they decided to handle things was extremely poorly thought out, and it relied on trusting a man they barely knew. Which, Vivy, sure, she would do that. But this dude, especially if, like, he hadn't properly analyzed and understood the program they were putting in. Like, I find it a little hard to believe he wouldn't have been able to do any kind of shutdown program at all on his own. So, trusting some guy they just kind of randomly met instead of, you know, himself seems out of character for him. And even if it's not, it just kind of showcases a level of stupidity that's infuriating for someone who's so arrogant and self-righteous, while also doing nothing righteous.
If I was expendable to you, then you could have just left me alone.
Yeah.
You were still so desperate to protect me. Why is that?
I hadn't thought about that.
I've already gained control of every security camera on the premises. So, once Ophelia leaves her dressing room,
Didn't I tell you what you're planning isn't going to fix a thing?
Yep.
Diva, I'm talking to you!
Matsumoto!
What is it?
That man is here!
Where?
S14!
There's nobody there. What are you freaking out about?
The
Diva,
hell?
come back here! It's important that we stick to
That
the...
man might have something to do with all this, right? He might try to harm Ophelia and make it look like suicide.
There's nothing like that in the record. Ophelia hasn't made a move yet either.
There wouldn't be anything like that in the record because it's framed as a suicide, you fucking dumbass! I'm pretty sure there wasn't any record of Toke on this fucking spaceship either! This dude is the dumbest fucking AI. He really is just Wheatley. Except Wheatley was funny and it was intentionally a stupid AI. I feel like this dude is not meant to be as stupid as he is. That's not the guy with the beard, is it? He's too young.
talking? That isn't mine? Huh? Hold on, is that? Oh no! How could I have possibly missed this? Fake footage! Diva! 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 I gotta stay calm. Think rationally. What matters most is the mission.
It's the most panicked he's ever gotten. What the hell?
Who exactly are you? And why are you here?
I am Diva's partner. I've come to stop you from harming yourself, or to be more precise, from self-destructing. To be honest, as a fellow AI, it's something I can't wrap my head around. But I can imagine the despair you're feeling. Can't stand it anymore, can you? The world has recognized your talent, and you've performed at such an amazing venue. But continuing to sing brings you no satisfaction, am I right?
Because
your mission to
Antonio's
make
not
everyone
there.
happy with your singing ended up including Antonio, your partner AI, correct? And now you've triggered an error, bringing you here.
Hilarious. How truly comical. Ophelia self-destructing. No matter how hard I try to get answers from the other singers, my singing still isn't good enough! If you've come here to try and rescue me, then you've already failed. Ophelia is already gone. My name is
Antonio.
Oh. Huh.
My teacher loved the way the notes rang out.
Oh, okay. Ah,
Of all the things
that's why it said this song was used in
the
this.
one that I stuck with.
I noticed that. What is it, La Campagnella? That was in the credits as like one of the insert songs, but I hadn't noticed it within the show. That would explain it.
Like any kid, I dreamed of becoming a pianist.
Like any kid?
And catching up to him was all that mattered to me. But then...
I want you to stay here.
I cannot. My mission is to make everyone happy with my piano playing. I want you, Hugo, and everyone else to stay alive.
It's good to see you again, Vivy.
Okay, yeah. The two guys from Toke come at moments that are interspersed throughout the show by such a significant enough degree that I will never be able to tell if they're supposed to be the same person or which one is which. Like, there's the guy with the beard who was on the ship and on the island. Then there was the guy she saved in the first arc. I don't know if that's supposed to be this guy. I don't know if that guy is also supposed to be the other guy with the beard. Like, I cannot tell. And I don't know if I'm supposed to not be able to tell. And that's fucking infuriating. Usually I can recognize that kind of thing based on voice, but they come for a brief period and then are gone for a large enough gap that I forget what they sounded like before. So that doesn't work, which means I have to rely on the cues that the show gives me. But the show gives me nothing in that regard. So I have no fucking idea what the deal with those one or two people are. Hopefully we get answers, though.